One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 excels in packing tons of One Piece personality into its fast-paced, Musou-style action. Its non-canon plot, called Dream Story, is aimed at hardcore fans, and its what-if approach to the events within the manga and anime stays true to the spirit of One Piece. However, it's tough to get into if you're anything less than a big fan. Getting through the 14-hour main story was slow going, but it grew on me the more I played. The problem is, getting to that point isn't much fun. Pirate Warriors graphics aren't really anything to get excited about. Honestly, I'd have believed you if you told me it came out in 2005. But the battle animations are entertaining and do a good job of capturing the characters' personalities. Luffy's moveset is appropriately larger than life, Chopper's is adorably sassy, and Nami is cute, yet effective. Pirate Warriors' biggest problem is in its presentation of the cutscenes. While they do help augment the plot, which takes existing One Piece canon and provides an alternate reality, there's absolutely no transition between battle and cinematics, and the way it abruptly switches made me feel like the game was glitching out. Fans of the anime will be happy to hear that Pirate Warriors uses the actual Japanese voice actors. The only problem is that if you don't speak Japanese, you'll have to read all the battle updates that clutter up the combat interface. 2 times during the main story, I lost a battle right at the end because one of my crew members was defeated and I just didn't see the update while I was in combat. I know it violates all laws of anime, but this is one time when I actually would have preferred a dub over subtitles. Here's where things get tricky. It's hard to talk about a Dynasty Warriors-style action game without using the word repetitive, and of course, this is no exception. Pirate Warriors 2 starts out slow and totally failed to engage me in the first 5 or so hours I spent playing it. The combat is just too simple and it's annoyingly easy to take out enemies. Because the whole point of the game is to take out large numbers of enemies at once, the fact that it was so easy just made the levels blend together. But as I progressed and unlocked more characters, I found a few that better suited my playstyle and made my 4-figure KO count far more satisfying. The arrogant man-eater Hancock, my favorite character to play as, has a pretty badass kick that can take out 100 enemies in a matter of seconds. When I was playing as her, I had a lot of fun just experimenting with her combos and figuring out which would be the most effective on the more difficult enemies that eventually show up. However, there's a pretty predictable pattern with the battle setup at large. Each one can be broken down into a few simple pieces: capturing bases, fighting mini-bosses, and fighting the main baddies. Capturing bases also involves fighting a mini-boss and a boss, so I was never really surprised by the structure, and after the first few I always felt like I had done the level before. The good news is, Pirate Warriors 2 really finds its footing toward the end of the main story. The later levels require a bit more nuance and strategy. Bosses get more difficult, managing your crew is more important, and missions change to respond to mid-battle story developments. Toward the end, I had to focus more on the big picture, and evaluating the battle as a whole rather than each individual fight became the key to escaping the repetition inherent to the genre. Pirate Warriors 2 does a great job of making the One Piece franchise work for its gameplay. However, it's easy to see how non-superfans can get lost in the long, slow build-up, and it fails to really take off until it's almost too late to redeem itself. Combat is entertaining, but it's entirely unmemorable, and not only because one battle blends into the next after a while. To its credit, it's everything it promises to be, but it's unlikely to convert anyone not already heavily invested in One Piece. For more on One Piece, stick with IGN.